Yo, RX back with another breakdown of UFC Rio Oliveira versus Gamrot. We back with another breakdown of a fight night over in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. That is pretty alright. It's not fantastic, but it's alright. Kind of like last week's card on paper. It does have a really nice big 3 to end the card. But I think the undercard of this is a lot shittier than obviously 320, which I feel bad for this card having to follow up 320, which was just phenomenal. Yeah, outside of the big 3 for this card, the rest of the card is pretty weak. There's a gem or two there, but overall, I think most of these prelims could easily just be original scene fights, and yeah, it's just not a fantastic card on when you look underneath. Maybe some of those undercard fights could perform. We did lose one earlier today from when I'm recording this, obviously yesterday from when this comes out. We'll talk about that when we get to that. But yeah, 12 fight card over in Brazil. It's gonna be afternoon, not super early or super late. 4 o'clock here. That's fine. Again, really nice big 3 to the card, but when you look past that big 3, a lot of people, like, of course, I'm not. I would never, because I know too much about this dumbass sport. But when you look past those big 3 fights, a lot of people are gonna be saying who to mostly every fight on the card. So, which I know casuals don't fucking matter, but that's just a fact. I don't blame people for that, because again, it's just a pretty weak card underneath, which was better. But again, hopefully it's alright. I think it has potential to be pretty decent. And yeah, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. 12 fights, Brazil, Colby Covington's favorite place. Let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens. Should be fun. Great main event. Always good to see Charles de Bronx. Again, the 2 fights underneath are good. Should be a fun card. Again, trying to follow up 320 is almost impossible, but good luck to it. And yeah, I'm excited to break it down. So I say, why not we get into that, shall we? I don't think there's anything else I have to say outside the normal YouTube bullshit for this intro. I can't think of anything else, so let's say normal YouTube bullshit, which is, as always, please like, comment, and subscribe. Turn subs goal by the end of 2025. And with that being said, unless I'm going to say something which I don't believe I am, I talked about the card when I thought of it. Again, it's alright, but heavily carried by its big 3. And I did normal YouTube bullshit. So I think that means we can get into the breakdown, shall we? I think we shall. Are you ready? I know I am. 12 fights in Rio, UFC Rio Breakdown. Begin. Let's get into it. Beginning with our first fight of the night, the worst fight of the night, because this would not be a main event in the fucking Brazilian regional scene. We have in our first fight of the night at Bantamweight a can versus can battle. And the only Brazil versus Brazil battle on the card, I guess they couldn't find these guys their own opponents, so they said you guys can fight each other. We have a fight that I don't know how these guys are still here to begin UFC Rio at Bantamweight. Simon Oliveira versus Luan Lacerda. Yeah, this fight's fucking awful. We see a lot more red down here than green. That says a lot. Where do I begin? Awful first fight, awful fight. At least it is the first fight of the night, because it is the worst fight on the card. No idea how Simon Oliveira is still here. Did not even know Luan Arceda was still here. Jesus, let's talk about it. We'll begin with the first Oliveira of the night, and the least important one, and the first fighter of the night, Simon Oliveira, 18-6, 34 years old, 0-3 in the UFC after winning a contract on Contender Series off a split decision somehow. I did not even know Pancrase was still a thing. I guess first fighter to come from there in 20 years. 0-3 in the UFC after getting his contract off a split decision, losing to Tony Gravely, Daniel Marcos, and David Martinez. All understandable losses, but still losses. I predicted the Marcos one as when he was actually a favorite against Marcos, so I'll take the W there. That's my most favorable memory of Simon Oliveira. Because outside of that, he's just been getting his ass beat. He's not good. All I can remember about him against Tony Gravely is all he kept doing is shooting for guillotine, or not shooting, but going for guillotines and being terrible at it. Marcos smashed him. Martinez smashed him. He's terrible. What else can you really say? At least he's staying active now, but this is his last UFC fight unless he somehow actually wins on accident. He's awful. I have no idea how he's still here, and, yeah. What else can I, say? Dude's 0-3. And again, a split decision went on Contender Series, got him a contract. That fight must have been phenomenal, or Dana was just too nice that week, which is pretty common. Yeah, this dude's awful. Well, how the fuck is he still here? And then for his opponent, a fighter I didn't even know was still here, Luan Arceda, 12-3, 32 years old, not much younger, and not much better. He's 0-2 in the UFC after coming in on short notice in his debut against Cody Stamann, where he actually did alright. I don't remember him doing that terribly. Looked alright, but I guess that's more Cody Stamann's terrible, because he is. And, yeah, that, led to him actually getting a lot of hype for his second fight. He was actually the favorite against Amon Blackshear, who at the time, I think that was his first UFC win, beating Luan. And yeah, Luan got beat because he's terrible. We haven't seen him since over 2 years away, and now he's back. He's the better fighter here, if you want me to say something nice. Outside of that, I don't have really anything great to say about Luan. 0-2 against a fine competition, but still 0-2. I keep thinking that's a Tyson Pedro, which would be insane. And, yeah, not a very good fighter. Somehow is a better fighter here, just shows how great the opponent is. Yeah, what can I say? Over 2 years away. Maybe he's gotten better. I doubt it. The betting on his first fight, Luan Arceda, -250 to +200. I don't know if I'd have him that big of a favorite. Yeah, he should win, but this is a terrible fight. I'd probably have Luan -210 at most. Yeah, he should be the favorite, but not by that much. Because again, not he's much better than Simon. He is better, but not levels. He's taller, which I swear Luan was shorter. And half an inch smaller in reach, big favorite. Yeah, Arceda should win this. Unless he gets caught in some bullshit submission. He should win this. He's the better fighter, it would seem, and, low bar. And, yeah, he should get the win here, so someone has to get their first UFC win. They're both terrible, but I'm gonna go with the guy who's the better fighter. Give me Luan Arceda by decision. It's hard not to pick finish here, because Simon Oliveira is pretty terrible, but Luan Arceda does not really seem like a finisher. Let's see. 10 submissions, no knockouts. I don't know if you're gonna submit Simon. Have you ever been submitted? No. Yeah, this seems like it's gonna be either a low-level striking match or a decent lead level grappling match. Should be a pretty whatever fight to be in the card. Maybe it'll be decent because these are two dudes fighting for their job. Give me Luan Arceda by decision. A finish would be nice, and it would not be crazy, but I'm gonna stick with decision. Not really much else to say. No idea how either guy is still here, but give me the guy who I feel like deserves to be here a little bit more. Give me Luan Orceda by decision. Simon Oliveira is awful, and yeah, give me Orceda by decision. Someone has to get their first win. I'm gonna pick the Brazilian. What a shit fight. Good thing, right after that, we get to our first good fight of the night, one of the few good fights of the night, outside of the big three, and it's one of my most anticipated fights of the night, because I'm a big fan of one of the fighters in this fight. So let's get into it. Our first of two female fights tonight, shockingly not opening the card. I'm fucking amazed. As we have in our second fight of the night at strawweight, probably the best prelim now if the Walter Walker fight canceled, but for some reason it's the second fight of the card. Make that make sense. As we have one of my most anticipated fights tonight, very hyped to see one of my favorite fighters back. As we have in our second fight of the night, our first of two female fights tonight at strawweight, we have Julia Psycho Pilarstri versus Karolina Kowalkiewicz. Pretty decent fight here. Again, probably the best prelim now. Maybe even was before, who knows. And again, no idea how this is not on the main card over some of the things they put on the main card. This is a good fight. Pilarstri, good prospect. Karolina, good veteran. This is a decent fight. Predictable? Yeah, a bit. But still should be fun. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. Pilarstri, one of my favorite fighters. But yeah, I know that may make sound like I'm going to be biased, but I don't need to be here. It should be fun. Let's talk about probably the best prelim. We'll begin with the Brazilian hometown fighter, Julia Pilarstri, 13-5, 27 years old, 1-2 in the UFC after coming out with the Contender Series. You know, she did go 1-1 on Contender Series, but that one loss to Jasmine Jasvicius, so I think that's understandable. Her record in UFC again 1-2. You know, that Knudsen fight was very close. You can make a debate. She should have got the nod there, but whatever. Beat Corey McKenna. Clearly, I don't know how that was a split. And then had a really good close fight for Lupe Godinez on short notice. It sucks that she lost that, but she put up a really good fight against Lupe, and really tested her, really showed a lot there. I think a lot of people became Pilarstri fans there. And yeah, she against a top-ranked fighter on short notice. Pilarstri did pretty good. Now getting a little bit of a step back, but still getting a pretty big name and a veteran of the division, Karolina. Yeah, UFC must really see something in Pilarstri to give her a pretty favorable, decent matchup here after a loss. She's good. I like Pilarstri, and not like taken away by it. I do actually think she's a good fighter. Her striking is getting better. Her grappling is good. Her cardio is good. Her toughness. She's a badass, man. Watch the last round of that Godinez fight. She's literally just walking forward with her fucking hands down. It's like, Jesus Christ, man. She's a little badass, man, and she might really take it to Karolina here, and it could go pretty bad for Karolina, because a motivated Pilarstri at home, this could get ugly for KK, and yeah, we're gonna see what happens here. We're gonna see what happens. Should be a good one. Good to see Pilarstri get in her hometown fight, and let's see what happens. See how she does. And then to talk about her veteran opponent, I believe the oldest fighter on the card, Karolina Kowalkiewicz, the first of two Polish fighters on the card, and very big spots on the card. 16-9, 39 years old, gonna be 40 in less than a week. 9-9 in the UFC. Not gonna go down her whole UFC career because we'll be here forever. We'll go back the last couple years. She did go on a winning streak a couple years ago, a 4-fight winning streak, even though some of it was debatable, beating Felice Herring, Silvia Gomez Suarez, Vanessa Demopoulos, and Diana Belbita. those are wins. Herring was a kind of a joke win. Gomez, I saw that was a close fight, and Gomez is pretty decent. Demopoulos, decent, but kind of yeah. And Bobita's awful. And then her two losses to break that streak have been Brazilians, funny enough, Asmin Lucindo and Denise Gomes. Uh, she's 40. Like, what do you really expect from Carolina at this point? She's still like a top 25 fighter in the division, but that's only because she can only beat lower level fighters. She can't beat any of these younger fighters. Like, imagine her against Fatima Klein, Pierre Rodriguez, Julia Polastri. It's not gonna go well for her. She could beat shittier fighters, Herring, Demopoulos, Bobita. But second she gets someone even like halfway decent, even like a fucking I don't know, like just these lower level fighters would beat her. She's just got up there in age and she just can't really go like she used to. Like she was decent at one point, but now again she's 40. So she's still she's again not bad against shittier fighters. She can beat them, but yeah, she's just what can you really say? She's 40. So yeah. So I don't know. It's probably her last fight, I would have to imagine. And yeah. So good luck to her. But yeah, she's 40, so it's understandable that she is kind of faded a good amount. The betting lines see that as well, funny enough, having Julie Polastri minus 440, favorite to plus 340. Yeah, you could have Polastri upwards of almost minus 500. I'd say like minus 480. I would probably put her at. She should win this fight. She's, what, 12 years younger, better at this point. Like, she just has more to give than KK. Like, Carolina could really just be showing up for a paycheck at this point. I wouldn't be shocked. So, yeah, like, could Polastri lose this? I guess, because we have seen Carolina, like, show LaCour's crafty veteran bullshit. But Polastri is too good to fall for that trap, in my opinion, I would have to imagine. And she should be able to get a win here. She's younger, better, faster, stronger. I would not even be shocked at a finish, to be honest. But Polastri have a lot of finishers. 4 KOs, 3 submissions. More than likely she'll just dominate en route to a decision. I think it's more likely. The Polastri is mean, man. I could see her breaking Carolina late. Who was the last person to finish her? Jessica Panay. She's the only time she's ever been knocked out was on Durlich. I don't know. I got this weird feeling Polastri might go out and get a finish. I'm getting this weird fucking feeling she's gonna go out there and just get a finish on Carolina. Ooh, it's possible. It's fucking possible. Fuck it. I'm gonna say it. And it's old. I'm gonna throw logic out the window and just throw a fucking Hail Mary. I'm gonna go Polastri by knockout in the third. I think she can break Carolina late and get the win here. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say Carolina or Polastri can break Carolina, and I think she will. Give me Polastri by knockout / TKO more than likely in the third. She's a little animal. She's not gonna quit. I think she's gonna go after Carolina and try and break her. Give me a late round finish for Polastri. She will probably win by decision, more than likely. But I'm gonna say a late round finish to send KK into retirement, break her into retirement. Give me Polastri by third round TKO. I just have a weird feeling, man. I can see it. If it confidence, not really. But I definitely think it's something that can happen, and I wouldn't say it will, so well, again, more than likely it's gonna be a decision, but fuck it. Give me Polastri by TKO in the third. I just got that weird feeling she's gonna break Carolina. So give me Polastri TKO in the third, but more than likely she wins by decision. I wonder what the finish prop is for that fight. I don't know. I'm not saying bet on it, but if it's juicy enough, maybe give me Pilarstri by TKO in the third. And then after that, we were meant to be breaking down Walter Walker versus Mohammed Usman. Let me refresh, see if it's updated. Yes. Yeah, that fight was cancelled a few hours ago from recording this. Mohammed Usman got injured. The fight is off. There's no word of Walter Walker's getting a new fight. It's unlikely, which sucks. But hopefully they can get him a new fight for ASAP. Maybe 3/21. Send him out to Abu Dhabi. It sucks because, even though it sucks and doesn't. It doesn't because that was a stupid fight for Walter Walker, because that's a step down. But it sucks because we get to lose Walter Walker from the card, who is one of the most anticipated fights because he's been really fun lately. So yeah, it sucks, but that could have been worse, and hopefully we get a Walter Walker fight booked sooner than later. Again, throw him on 3/21. Or maybe they'll find him a new fight, who knows. But at the time of I'm recording this, no news. So, yeah, hopefully they get him a new fight ASAP. And, yeah, it sucks. That was a layup for him. But, I guess, well, better luck next time. Mohammed Usman's a joke. Sadly, we move up to a fight I would have rather had get taken off the cards than Walter Walker. Our third fight of the night now, not fourth. At flyweight, going back to, oh no, this is the first time at flyweight, the other fight that bandweight. Going to flyweight for the first time on these prelims, not the last. For a fight that's not great, it's not a very great fight, as we have in our third fight of the night at flyweight, probably the second worst fight on the card. We have Lucas Finamino Rocha versus Stuart Kakamora Nickel. Yeah, not the greatest fight in the world. Battle of two guys who are 0-1. One guy coming out Contender Series, one guy who got signed straight up. Not a great fight. Pretty, again, probably the second worst fight on the card. Let's talk about it. Another fight where someone has to get their first UFC win. Let's see who it's going to be. As we'll talk about first, the Brazilian Lucas Rocha, 17-2, 25 years old, 0-1 to UFC coming out Contender Series, where he looked great, getting a vicious knee knockout. But then in his UFC debut, he lost to the man who is in the featured prelim of this card, Clayton Carpenter. A year ago on the dot, pretty much. That's an understandable loss. At the time, it's not aged phenomenally, and we'll see if it ages good this week. He's like, Rocha looked okay in that fight, but Carpenter was still pretty good at that time, and yeah, now Rocha's getting a much easier fight in his second outing at home. We'll see how he does here. Again, he looked good on Contender Series, even though he does seem like another one. A lot of these Brazilian guys are a very padded record. Like, they'll come to Contender Series 12-1 or 12-0. It's like, okay, 22 years old. It's like, okay, come on. But no, I don't think Rocha's that terrible. He's not great, but I think he's fine. And yeah, we'll see how he does in a much easier fight here in his second outing at home. Then for his opponent, the Australian Stuart Nickel, 8-1, 30 years old, gonna be 31 in less than a month. He got fraud checked in his first UFC fight, where he just didn't even have to earn his contract. He just got signed straight up for the Duplessis Adesanya card last year because he's Australian. He got matched up against Jesus Aguilar, and he got guillotined in about under 3 minutes, which I didn't even feel like it went that long. Yeah, this dude's terrible. I don't know what you want me to say. I saw him fight one time, and all I saw him do was get guillotined by Jesus Aguilar of all fighters, who, I guess that's his only thing he's good at, but Jesus Christ, this dude's like 3 inches tall, so I don't know. I don't think Stuart Nickel's good. I think he's terrible. And yeah, So he's only here because he's Australian. I don't. Do they have an Australian? Well, they don't got Aaron Tao yet. But I don't really think they got an Australian flyweight, so that's why he was signed. But yeah, this dude's fucking terrible. Been off for over a year. Maybe he's gotten better, but I doubt it. Yeah, he's terrible. Like, what do you really want me to say? So, yeah, there you go. Simple. So, the Bangers fight are not as simple because they are pretty much a pick'em. I get it. I probably have Rocha a little bit of a favorite, like mine's 150, 155, but I get why it's a pick'em. Rocha lost in his debut. Nickel lost in his debut. Not great either way. Not great to trust either guy either way. But I'm going to definitely lean with the Brazilian here. If it wasn't obvious how I was talking about Stuart Nickel. Yeah, I think Rocha's the better fighter here. Let's see, 2 inches shorter, 1.5 inches in reach. Yeah, again, maybe Nickel's actually good, and we're gonna see that, but I think, from what I've seen just from these two dudes, Rocha's better. So, Stuart Nickel's awful, and, yeah, give me Lucas Rocha on this all day over Stuart Nickel. Like, fuck, I can't, I thought they were gonna make Rocha the underdog at one point. I was like, oh, that's not bad. But, like, I get why the odds are close, but, yeah, give me Lucas Rocha all day. Maybe Nickel's good, we're gonna find out, but I'm gonna say he's not, and I'm gonna go Lucas Rocha by decision. Finishes plausible, but unlikely. Give me Rocha by decision. Not a great fight, but someone has to get their first win, and I think it's gonna be the guy who has showed a little bit more. Excuse me, and that is Lucas Rocha. So, give me the Brazilian by decision. Pretty simple. Not a great fight, and that's about that. After that, we get to our one and only debut of the night at women's bantamweight of all divisions. Great. Division that needs anyone they can get, so I'm not that upset about it. For our fourth fight of the night, our second and last female fight of the night, from the smallest weight class they have to the biggest weight class they have on this card, no flyweights. So, fuck them, I guess, this week. As we have in our fourth fight of the night, our only debut of the night at women's bantamweight, our second and final female fight of the night, we have Irina Russian Ronda Alkasheva versus Beatrice Bia Mesquita. This fight kind of reminds me of the Luana Carolina fight from a few weeks ago when she fought that Michelle chick, even though I think that Michelle chick's probably better than Beatrice, and Luana Carolina is much better than Irina Alkasheva. It's still kind of the same vibe from what I've seen Beatrice. I want to look at her record in a second, but she's a heavy grappler. Irina, we know, has no grappling. This will be interesting. Hopefully they got a good fighter, because God, women's bantamweight needs anything they can get. And, but let's find out. We'll begin with the non-Brazilian unit. I guarantee you Beatrice is in the red corner, but typology, they have Irina first, so we'll look at Irina Alkasheva first. 5-3, 35 years old, 1-2 in the UFC. Her one win was her debut against Stephanie Egger a couple years ago, where she looked good, but ever since it's all went wrong. She fought Melissa Mullins, got dominated, got suspended for a year, then fought Claudia Saigula a few months ago and got dominated, and now she's back for her fourth UFC fight, and we'll see how she does here. Yeah, Irina's not very good, if I'm being honest. Her kickboxing is okay, but her grappling's not great, her fight IQ's not great, her cardio is not great. She's just not very good, if you want me to be blunt about it, so... Yeah, she's just a very, subpar fighter, and, yeah, I've thought she had potential, and I've given her a lot of... I picked her in all three of her fights. But, yeah, she just does not have it. And, yeah, she's not gonna be long in the UFC, especially if this chick she's fighting is good. Yeah, bye-bye, Irina. who again, this is not her at all, but you know, it is what it is. Yeah, good luck. So, just not. I've tried to give her benefit of the doubt, but she just isn't that good. Is her opponent, though? We'll find out with the debuting Beatrice Mesquita, 5-0, 34 years old. Isn't that phenomenal? From ATT, and I think Michelle Montenegro or whatever was also ATT with Kayla Harrison. So that's interesting. Beatrice obviously undefeated in her MMA career, coming from LFA, champ over there. Most wins by submission, one TKO. But then you expand her grappling. She has been doing a lot of grappling. Is that Gabby Garcia? Yeah, no wonder she lost to Gabby Garcia. So yeah, she really likes to fucking grapple. Noted. Juliana Miller. She wasn't Juliana Miller. Yeah. Be Misha Tate, Jennifer Maya. Yeah, so this chick knows how to grapple, and she decided, fuck it, I'll go to MMA, I guess. We'll see what the chick can do. 34, one bantamweight's shit, so fuck, maybe she'll be the answer and be something we need to see in the division. We'll see. Again, 4 wins by submission, 1 by knockout. See what this chick can do. The bang odds are high on her, having her minus 650 to plus 450. I can't say if I agree or disagree with those, just going off how bad Irina is. I would imagine those odds are probably fine, but still a bit worrying for a 34-year-old undefeated fighter. 4 inches shorter, same reach. Yeah, we'll see what happens here. Irina needs to win. We have no idea if Beatrice is any good. What do I think's gonna happen? Yeah, I would love to pick Irina again, but I have to pick against her for the first time. I'm going Beatrice. No idea if she's good, but we're gonna find out. Again, just like the Michelle fight a couple weeks ago. I know the one fighter sucks. I don't know about the debuting fighter. But let's see if the Beatrice is any good. When Michelle turned out to be pretty subpar. Let's see if Beatrice is any good. Give me Beatrice by submission on the first. Irina it's just awful on the ground. And, yeah, give me... Well, she's awful everywhere, really. Give me Beatrice by submission on the first. Pretty simple. Yeah, well, if you same prediction I had with Michelle's debut, she went to full 15. Maybe Beatrice will as well, but I'm gonna stick with the finish. Give me Beatrice by submission first. Yeah, Irina's just not very good. So let's see if Beatrice is any good. After that, we go to the main event of the prelims. Sadly, our first heavyweight fight of the card with Walter Walker getting cancelled, and the worst of the 3, or now 2 on the card. Not gonna waste your time here because I don't give a fuck about this fight, and you don't either. As we have in our co-main event of the prelims at heavyweight, a shit fight with shit fighters. As we have Vitor Icao Patrino versus Thomas the Train Peterson. You don't care what happened in this fight, and neither do I. Petrino, undefeated at heavyweight, beating Austin Lane in his first fight. He's still shit. Thomas Peterson is shit. Yeah, Petrino should win this, which has never been something that means anything to that can. Petrino by decision. Sure. I don't think, well, Peterson did get finished by Shamil, but Shamil was much better than Petrino. And, yeah, give me Vitor Petrino by decision. He should probably win this, but if he lost, I wouldn't be shocked. I don't give a fuck what happens here. They both suck. Yeah, you don't care. I don't care. Petrino decision, he should win, but again, for that to can, it's never really meant. That statement hasn't meant a lot when you look at his 2 losses. They both suck. You don't care. I don't care. Next. And next up is already our featured prelim, going back to flyweight for the second time on these prelims, whenever it would like to load. Thank you very much for finally loading topology, as we have in our featured prelim. I don't know, actually I get why it's featured prelim, because, when I fixed the card order, I kept this as the featured prelim, so it's a fine fight, but wish they had a better fight to be the featured prelim. As we have in our featured prelim at flyweight, a decent fight, but nothing spectacular. Another fight where both guys are coming in off a loss. Can we stop with those already? As we have in our featured prelim, then the prelims at flyweight, Rafael Pastor Filo versus Clayton Carpenter. Yeah, not the greatest featured prelim in the world, but it's a fight. Two meh fighters, and again, it could be worse, so yeah, it's fine, but I still think you should have a better featured prelim than this. It's what it is. Let's talk about it. We'll be in the Brazilian, like we usually do. Rafael Fierro, 16-4, 32 years old, 2-2 in UFC. Coming out of Contender Series a couple years ago. His 2 wins have been Daniel Barres and Ode Osborne. His 2 losses were that boring can no one remembers, and Alan Nascimento. Philho's a weird one, because he has had flashes, like the Barres fight where he did bounce back from getting almost finished to win. Ode, obviously, is a good one, beat him a lot easier than like a Steve Ursa did, funny enough. But then in the last fight, he kind of just looked flat against Alan Nascimento. It seems like Philho does his best work against guys with shitty grappling. Because you look at his 2 losses, grapplers. Look at his 2 wins, guys who are shit grapplers. So, take that as you will. And even the guy who beat on Contender Series, Roy Burt, was not very known. Is not known for being good. So, yeah, I don't know. He's fine. He can show flashes. If you go into the ground with him, you always are in the worry of getting submitted. But he's fine. He kind of just looked flat against Alan Nascimento. He kind of just laid there and let Nascimento beat him up. He had moments, but not really enough to win or anything. And yeah, just not really his best showing. Easily his worst showing in the UFC so far, to be honest. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see how he does here now at home. He has again, he's dangerous on the ground, and his hands are okay, not great. But outside of that, I don't know, he's kind of just been very up and down so far, and we'll see if we ever actually get to see him be consistent. And yeah, consistency would not be a bad thing to see from Philho. So we'll see if we do see that eventually. And then for the opponent, the American, recently, back in January, coming back after getting fraud checked, the 8-1 Clayton Carpenter, 29 years old, 2-1 in the UFC, coming out to Contender Series many years ago, when he beat Edgar Shirez, which has actually aged phenomenal. In his UFC debut, he beat Juan Camilo Ronderos, joke win, took a long 1.5-year break, came back and beat Lucas Hocha predominantly, who we talked about earlier, and then his last fight back in January, he got fraud checked against Tagir Bekov, got dominated, looked terrible, and yeah, very embarrassing showing there. But yeah, now he is back, getting a much easier opponent, even if not by much. We'll see what Clay can do here from the MMA Lab, which you know is a great gym. The kid has potential. His grappling's decent. His striking, however, I haven't seen his striking too much. It's fine. We'll see what he can do here. He's decent as well. He showed flashes of being a good prospect, but again, then he got fraud checked by Tagir, so we'll see what he can do here, going into enemy territory. We'll see. It's going to be interesting. He needs this win because 2 in a row would really solidify him being a fraud. And, yeah, we'll see if he can get the win here. It's going to be an interesting one. He's not awful, but he's not phenomenal. we'll see what we get from him here against a grappler. Will he try and make it a striking match where I think Phil Ho might actually be better? I don't know. This is a very tough fight to predict. Maybe the hardest on the card, to be honest. And the betting odds seem to agree, having it pretty much a pick'em. Yeah, I agree. Carpenter, big picking favorite down topology. Phil Ho's an inch taller, 2.5 inches in reach. It's a tough one to pick. You can make a case for either guy. You could see Phil catching him in a submission, or beating him on feet, or whatever. Or you could see Carpenter doing what Nascimento did, and that's just hold Phil down and beat him. I could see either one being true and happening, so I really don't know which way to lean with this fight. I think it's a very difficult fight to predict, but I'm gonna lean with what I'm feeling right now is Clay Carpenter. I think he can do the same thing Nascimento did, and like I said, that's just hold Phil down and beat him. Both these guys are decent, but they're not fantastic. Both guys have looked subpar in recent outings. But I think Carpenter has the playbook. He saw it in Phil Ho's last fight, and I think he can do what Nascimento did here and beat Phil Ho. Give me Clay Carpenter by decision. Not super confident at all. Again, I think it's completely 50-50. But yeah, give me give me Carpenter by decision against Phil Ho. I think he can do the same game plan Nascimento did, which is hold Phil Ho down and avoid getting submitted. Give me Clay Carpenter by decision. His cardio is a little worrying because he did gas badly against Tagir. But yeah, give me Carpenter by decision in what is a very tough fight to predict in the prelims, and I think a lot of people can predict it wrong. So we'll see if they do. Give me Clay Carpenter by decision. And that's about that for the prelims. Not very much else to say. Again, sucks that we lost a Walter Walker fight. Now it's only a 6-fight prelims. And outside of Polarstream, most of them are pretty fights. But it is what it is. What can you do? Decent prelims. Should be alright. And should be a fine way to lead into the main card. So let's not waste any more time. Only 42 minutes in somehow. Let's get into the main card, shall we? 6 more fights to break down. Let's not waste any more time getting into the breakdown for them. Let's do it. That was a shit sentence. As we begin the main card, up at featherweight, up 20 pounds from our last prelim. This time going up to featherweight for a main card opener that's not awful, but it's not great either. As we have in our main card opener to UFC Rio at featherweight, a fight that's only acceptable because I think one of the fighters in it's pretty good. As we have to open the main card of UFC Rio, Lucas Almeida versus the Texas Kid, Michael Aswell. Fine fight. Again, I'm only okay with this being here because Michael Aswell is really good. Why? I still don't get how this still don't get how this is over Polarstream in any sense of the fucking word, but clearly, what the fuck do I know? And maybe it's gonna be great. We'll see. Let's talk about it. We'll beginning with the Brazilian, as always, Lucas Almeida, not Thompson Almeida anymore. That's a throwback for y'all. Lucas is 15-4, 34 years old, 2-3 in the UFC, not coming off Contender Series because he lost. He got a short notice debut a couple years ago against Michael Trezano, which he won. Then he won on a skid of Pat Sabatini and Andre Fili. Fine, understandable. Then he beat Tiami Kwamba, as you probably should. And then in his last fight, he lost to Danny Silva, who is perfectly mid. Yeah, I think Lucas Almeida is terrible, if you want me to be honest with you. I think he's a pretty terrible fighter, and has really no right being in the UFC. Like, his losses are fine, his wins are not great. He's fine, he's nothing special, he's super below average. Probably one of the worst featherweights on the roster, to be honest. He can be fun, but is he good? No. And yeah, I just don't got much great to say about Lucas Almeida. Again, his losses are all understandable, and his wins are pretty forgettable. And yeah, he's just not very good. Yeah, again, if you want me to be honest, just one of the worst featherweights on the roster. Just not good. But someone who I do think is good, and I'm happy, is back down at his weight class on a full camp and getting a favorable matchup. The American in this fight, his opponent, Michael Aswell, 10-3, 25 years old, back down at light featherweight after making his short-notice debut at lightweight against Blagioki. Now he's getting a full camp and a fight at his weight class. Yeah, Aswell's had a very eventful last couple years. Like, I didn't know I forgot he fought you at Deer Valley, which is crazy. But he did make it on Contender Series, had one of the best fights of the season with Bogdan Grad. Probably got robbed and should have got a contract either way, but whatever. Then after a year, he finally did get his short-notice opportunity, again against Blagioki, up a weight class, and he did okay, but yeah, he was outsized and just no camp and all that. But now he's getting a full camp down at his weight class against a shit opponent. We're gonna see the real Michael Aswell here, and I'm very excited for that. This dude's good. Not gonna say he's gonna be champ, top 15, but he's not bad at all, and I'm happy he's in the UFC. I'm happy he's getting opportunities he deserves. He's fun. He's better than Bogdan Grad. Fuck. He's a fun fighter. He is not bad. Young. He's good. He's good, and excited to see him here at featherweight on a full camp against a shit opponent he should easily beat. I like everything I see here. Excited for this one. I'm very excited for this one. And I'm even more excited the betting odds are actually respecting Michael Aswell, making it -160 to +135. Yeah, I think he could easily make a case for him almost being -200, maybe like -190. He should win this fight. He's better than Almeida. He's a little bit shorter, and in reach is a little smaller, but he's good, man. He's not bad at all. And I think he's gonna go out here and make a fucking statement, bro. He's not bad. And yeah, I think he's gonna make a statement here. I think he's gonna show people what I saw on Contender Series and what I think people are gonna learn, that this dude's pretty fucking decent, and he should win this. Of course, I think I've told you enough times now. I'm picking Michael Aswell here. He's better. He should win, and I'm actually gonna go by finish. I think I'm gonna go Michael Aswell by. I'm feeling knockout in a second. Almeida does have a pretty glassy chin. Aswell has a good gas tank, good striking, good power. I think he can put Almeida away, and I'm gonna say he will. Give me Michael Aswell by knockout in a second. I think he can. I think he can put him away. I think he'll win either way, but I do think he's gonna be able to land that big shot to hurt Almeida and put him out or down at least. And yeah, I'm gonna go Michael Aswell by knockout in the second open main card. I think he's good. I think he's gonna make a statement here, and excited he's finally getting his UFC opportunity. Like, I know he already fought in UFC, but this is his real debut in a weight class that he's meant to be at, against someone more his size. Happy he's getting this. Give me Michael Aswell by knockout in a second. He's good. Almeida's not. Fun way to open the main card, even it probably still shouldn't be a main card fight. Give me Michael Aswell by knockout in a second. Good and decent main card opener. But from a decent fight at featherweight to start the main card to a shit fight at featherweight in the second fight of the main card. Oh boy. So, I'm not looking forward to this. As we have in our second fight of the main card, staying at featherweight for a fight that's way worse than the first one. Now this really should be on the prelims. I have no idea why this is on the main card. As we have in our second fight of the main card, probably the worst fight on the main card, we have a can battle at featherweight. Again, way worse than our last fight. Between Hikaru Karsina Ramos versus Khan, or Genghis Khan, awfully. Yeah, this fight's terrible. I'm not gonna waste a lot of time here because there's not much time to be wasted here. We know who's gonna win this fight, but I guess I'll still talk about it a little small bit. We'll begin with the Brazilian, who sometimes makes it to a fight, very rarely. Ricardo Ramos, 17-7, 30 years old, 8-6 in the UFC. Not gonna go down to a UFC career because you don't care. I will say most of his wins are very decent. Said Nurmagomedov, Ro Murphy, Zabir Tugov, Charles Jourdain, Julian Erosa, Shipping Marshall. Outside of Tugov, those are all understandable, good losses, so I'll give him a break there. No really great wins. Bill Algeo, Aiden Zahavi, which has aged pretty well. About it. Like, he's just been he's lost every time he's got to step up. He's beat shitty fighters. And again, sometimes he'll actually make it to a fight, very rarely. I don't think much of Ramos. I don't think he's very good. And he's not the worst fighter in the world, but he is not great. He's the better fighter here. And again, I'll give him props for only losing to good fighters. But outside of that, not really much else you can say. He's pretty forgettable. And then for his opponent, Khan, awful. Turkey, the only Turkish fighters in UFC. What is he lost on the other one? I swear he's from Turkey. 11-4-1, 32 years old, 0-2 in UFC, coming out with the Ultimate Fighter, where he did make to the finale off beating 2 Tomato Cans, then got smacked up by another Tomato Can in Myron Santos, and then his last fight he fought Muhammad Naimov and got smacked up again. Didn't get finished, but yeah, he sucks. He kind of awfully is terrible. What else do you want me to say? He's not good. He's pretty much a bantamweight. He's so fucking tiny. And, yeah, he's terrible. Like, what else do you want me to say? I think he trains with Vulcan guys like that, and he's not even Colby thickness is probably better. Yeah, kind of awfully is terrible. Like, I don't know what else I'm meant to say here. I'm not gonna lie to you. This guy's a shit. The betting odds for his fight have... Yeah, I mumbled that like a motherfucker. The betting odds for his fight have Ricardo Ramos -210 to +170. Yeah, he, I don't know if I'd have -200, probably like -180, 175. Yeah, can't disagree too much. Ramos should win this. He's better. Inch tall. I thought he was gonna be way taller. 2 inches taller, giant reach advantage. Yeah, he should win this. Khan awfully is fucking garbage, and yeah, Ramos should win this. So give me Ricardo Ramos by decision. Not really much else to say. Terrible fight. Khan awfully is shit. Ricardo Ramos is very below average. Give me Ramos by decision. Not really much else to say. Yeah, there you go. Not gonna waste time on this fight. UFC is just handing Ramos a win. Cool. Next, our third fight of the main card before we get into the big three. Going back to heavyweight for another fight that's pretty difficult to predict because we have no idea how good this dude is. We know how good. We know that one dude in this fight's pretty terrible, but we don't know much about the other. So that's gonna be an interesting dilemma here, as we have in our third fight of the main card at heavyweight, a fight that's either gonna get us a fraud or give us a decent prospect. We have in our third fight of the main card, the last fight before the big three, at heavyweight, Johanta Deniz versus Mario Pinto. This is a weird fight, like I said, because one part of this fight we know. The other part we don't know. We know Johanta Deniz is not good. We don't know if Mario Pinto is any good. This is a weird one, man. This is a very weird one. Let's talk about it. Not very much to talk about because neither of these guys have done a lot in the UFC, but we'll also try and get a grasp of this fight. Beginning with Johanta Deniz, 9-1, 34 years old, 3-1 in the UFC, coming out to Contender Series a couple years ago. His 3 wins in UFC have been Austin Lane, Carl Williams, and Alvin Hines, and his 1 loss was to Marcin Tybura when he got fraud checked by him. Denise is not good. He's just not very good. Again, his wins are 3. Austin Lane's Austin Lane. This speaks for itself. Carl Williams is not good, not even in the UFC anymore, and Alvin Hines was short notes and pretty mid. And again, you got smashed by Marcin Tybura. I don't know how to feel about that one, Chief, but I guess it is what it is. Denise is not good. Like, it's that simple. He hits hard, his striking's alright, but is he the most skilled? No. And, yeah, he's just kind of very below average, in my opinion. He's just a heavyweight that hits really hard, and even then, he couldn't even finish Alvin Hines in his last fight, so what does that really tell you? But then we get to the opponent, who we know even less about. Mario Pinto. 10-0 from Portugal, 27 years old. He's kind of a question. He's still a complete question mark out there right now, in my opinion. Like, he did get his contract Contender Series, looked fine, but in his debut, he looked terrible. He was losing. He lost round 1 to Austin Lane, kind of let him beat him up early. But then he just decided he was gonna win now and put Lane into the fucking ground, into the coffin, whatever way you want to describe it. He's still a complete question mark. Like, we don't know shit about him yet. We're gonna find out about him. He's young. He hits hard, but will he get fraud checked here? Can he stop a takedown? Which I'm guessing he probably did against Austin Lane, but Austin Lane's fucking awful. I'm intrigued to see if Pinto's any good. He's probably not, but we're gonna find out. Just not really sure what to say about this fight. Since again, we really know nothing about Mario Pinto yet outside he hits really hard, which you're at heavyweight. That's everybody, mainly. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm just not sure what to really think of this one. Neither do the betting odds, because those are not the betting odds on screen right there. I think Denise is actually the favorite right now. I think he's jumped out to -140. I think the odds might actually be backwards more than anything. Which is completely understandable, because we really know nothing about Pinto yet. But, yeah, this is gonna be interesting. I would not be shocked if Denise goes for a grappling game plan. And if so, does that work? In a striking match, is he gonna be better? Let's see, Pinto's bigger with, same reach. This is gonna be an interesting one. This could either be really fun, quick, or this could be pretty bad. I don't know what we're gonna get here, to be honest, but it can be interesting. I'm intrigued, to say the very least. Who am I going with though in this completely weird fight? That should be a pick'em, because I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen here. I'm gonna probably lean Pinto. I'll give him a chance, because we don't know anything about him yet. Yeah, give me Mario Pinto, a guy who we're gonna find out if he's any good. That's for damn sure. Yeah, give me Pinto by probably knockout in the first. A decision could be possible, but I'm gonna say, fuck it. It's 2 guys who are gonna swing a lot of power. Give me Pinto knockout in the first. Pretty, someone has to go down, right? I would imagine. Hopefully Pinto actually shows up in round 1 this time, unlike against Lane, and if he does, it's gonna be interesting, so let's see. Give me Pinto knockout in the first. Let's see if he's any good. It's that simple. Let's see if he's any good. We know Denise is not good. is Pinto. Can he stop takedowns? Because he probably will have to. Or will Denise just strike with him? I'm intrigued. Let's find out. Give me Pinto knockout first, but I'm far from confident because I really know nothing about if Pinto's any good or not. That's why we're here, to find out. And then, after that, we get finally to the big 3 fights on this card, beginning with the easiest one to pick, and one that might be hard to watch, to be honest, but we're still gonna watch it and enjoy it nonetheless, as we have in our 4th fight of the main card at welterweight, the first of the big 3 on this card, and what a big 3 that it is, beginning with a, again, brutal fight to even sanction. I don't know how this is sanctioned. We have to begin the big 3 set of fights at welterweight. We have Vicente, the silent assassin, Luque, versus Joel El Finamino Alvarez. Yeah, this is gonna be brutal and vicious, and again, how is this sanctioned? Well, obviously we already know what's gonna happen here, but the backstory on this fight is meant to be Luque and Santiago Ponzinibbio. Ponzinibbio pulled out a few weeks ago, and Joel Alvarez stepped in for his welterweight debut, and now we got a hell of an interesting fight here, because we had Joel Alvarez making his welterweight debut. This is gonna be great. Yeah, I don't need to tell you much. Luque is super washed now, coming off that Holland getting dominated. Joel Alvarez, great lightweight, just scary, but never really hit the weight class because he's ginormous. Now he's up at welterweight, and he's going to fucking murder Vicente Luque. Joel Alvarez knockout in the first lock of the night. He is going to do awful things to Luque here. We already know Luque's issues from the Geoff Neal fight. This ain't gonna help him. Alvarez is going to put a fucking beating on him and put him out in round 1. Lock of the night, minus 500. Yeah, he's gonna win this fight. This is gonna be brutal. And, yeah, this is gonna be Luque's last fight, more than likely. I don't know how he's gonna fight again after this, after the damage he's about to take. Give me Alvarez knockout in the first, my lock of the night. Sorry, Vicente, but yeah, you're getting your ass beat. Welcome to welterweight, Joel. Happy he's finally up at welterweight, because Joel Alvarez is a phenomenal fighter. And, happy he's finally not draining himself to fight. Well, might actually see him fight more often then, so only sounds like pluses. Luque is completely fucked. Alvarez knockout round 1. Lock of the night. Great way to begin the big 3. And, yeah, welterweight has a new problem on its hands. And, yeah. Can't wait. Great fight. Lock of the night. Let's move on. Sadly, to another fight where the old Brazilian is going to get put into retirement. Probably not viciously, but still probably going to get put into retirement as we head into the co-main event of the evening in the bantamweight division. A top 15 battle between one of the best up-and-comers in the division and one of the old dogs. We have in the co-main event of the evening a fight that is going to be very interesting, even though predictable. We have in a co-main event just a week after the belt was online in the division. They get another co-main, but between Davison, Dustiger, Figueiredo versus Montel, Quilk, Jackson. Yeah, this is gonna go bad for Figgy. No idea how he's fighting so quickly after that Sandhagen injury and getting a tough opponent like Montel. Yeah, this could be another sad one for OG Brazilian, so let's see though. Not really a whole, don't really break down a lot here, at least on the Figgy side, but we'll still talk about it a bit. Figgy, 24-5-1, former flyweight champ, 37 years old, gonna be 38 in December, 13-5-1 in UFC overall, is 3-2 at bantamweight. His 3 wins have been Rob Font, Cody Garbrandt, and Marlon Vera. His 2 losses, Piotr Jan and Corey Sandhagen. For the wins, yeah, pretty easy wins there. Like, what else can you really say about it? Like, those are guys you should be beating. But then Piotr, obviously you're not winning that. And Sandhagen, he blew out his knee or some weird fucking injury. So, of course, he was going to lose that there. And, yeah, now he's coming in this, 37 years old, off a knee injury. At bantamweight, a lot of wear and tear on his body. We'll see what he can do here. Can he turn back the clock? We'll see. Like, he's still good, and I still think he could still beat a lot of the lower echelon guys. Even in the top 15, he would beat probably, like, what? Maybe Zahabi, maybe Kyler Phillips, Cejudo, but like against O'Malley or Song Yadong, he would get fucking annihilated. And against these young guys like Vinicius Oliveira, David Martinez, fucking all of these guys, he would be screwed. So, yeah, and more Montel Jackson, so I don't know, it's about the end of the road for Figgy. He's had a great career, of course, Hall of Famer, former champ, but yeah, 37, 38 in 2 months, it's about the end of the road for the God of War, it would seem, unless he can turn back the clock again here. But that's gonna be a tough task against the very good and still probably unknown because he's not the most active or most high level of opponent, Montel Jackson, 15-2, 33 years old, 9-2 in UFC. His wins in UFC have been Brian Kelleher, Andre Soccermom, Felipe Colares, Jesse Strader, JP Buys, Julio Arce, Ronnie Yaya, Damon Blackshear, and Daniel Marcos. His 2 losses have been Ricky Simone and Brett Johns. Those 2 losses, Simone's understandable, Brett Johns, would be nice if you don't lose to a guy like that, but he was still young then, and ever since he's rattled off wins, and I get most of his wins are not great. His last 2 have been pretty decent. Damon Blackshear, that was phenomenal, and then taking Daniel Marcos's which that was a matter of time till that bum got fraud checked. Montel's good. He could be very hot and cold at times in the cage, but either way, he's usually pretty good. His striking is crisp, his power is good, his grappling, we've not really seen a lot of, but it's decent. Not like Figgy's ever been known to be good at grappling. He's good. Montel's good. He's tall for the weight class, 5'10". This is gonna go bad for Figgy, unless Montel just has an awful night and hand Figgy the win. If Montel shows up in the best form of Montel Jackson, this is going to go really bad for Deiveson Figueiredo, and it's going to be very sad to see. But it's after what everyone has their time. Is Figgy's up? We'll see. The betting odds say that it is having Montel minus 280, 2 plus 220. Yeah, you could have Montel even higher of a favorite, up to like my 300. He should win this fight. It's sad to say, but he should. He's much taller, bigger reach, much younger. 50-50 split. Holy. People just don't know Montel Jackson, man. I get Figgy, man. He's great. He was great. But again, I don't even know how he's fighting again after that leg injury 5 months ago. And now he's fighting a guy who's younger, bigger, taller, hits harder. Dude, he's a problem, and this is a bad matchup for Figgy, and yeah, this is gonna go real bad for him. So, could Figgy turn back the clock and win? Yes, but will he? Unlikely. Getting Montel Jackson by decision, maybe even a finish, I wouldn't be shocked by, but I think Figgy's gonna just take a beating here, get 30-27, lose, and probably retire. Would probably hopefully be the happy ending, because we don't need to see him take any more beatings. But we'll see. Again, he always could turn back the clock. I doubt it, but maybe. Good luck to him. Good co-main event. But it's time for a new wave in the division, and Figgy has had his time, and it is up now. Give me Montel Jackson by decision. Again, Figgy could always turn back the clock, but I'm going to say he probably doesn't. Give me Montel by decision with a possibility of a finish. Sorry, Figgy. It's just time, brother. And then, finally, the main event of the evening, what we're all here to see, one of the greatest of all time, back to get back at home in Brazil for the first time in a while, back to get a win, get back on track after his last loss. The main event to end UFC Rio in the lightweight division, one of the greatest of all time, one of the greatest Brazilian fighters of all time, easily top 3 to 5. We have in our main event of the evening, one of the greatest lightweights of all time, the second greatest lightweight of all time. We have in the main event to end UFC Rio with a high note of a legend getting back on track. We have Charles "The Bronx" Oliveira versus Mateusz Canrot. No one cares. Thank God the UFC is finally being nice to Charles, handing him an easy win. You know, I get the Chandler rematch, but another easy win. Obviously, we all know this was meant to be Rafael Fiziev, but he pulled out a few weeks ago, and Canrot stepped in. Who cares? Easy win either way. Like, neither of those guys have a chance against Charles. Actually, Fiziev had a better chance, funny enough. But now it's Canrot. Yeah, Charles is winning this fight pretty easily. Like, there's no world where one of the second greatest lightweight of all time, one of the top 15 greatest fighters of all time, Charles Oliveira, is gonna lose to Mateusz Canrot. It's not fucking happening. This is an easy bounce back for Charles. He should be a giant favorite, but people, oh, he has no chin. So what? He's the better striker here. He's not fighting Ilia Topuria. He's not fighting fucking Arman or even Islam. He's fighting a guy who has worse striking than he does, and who's gonna try and fucking grapple. Like, this is a layup for Charles. Charles Oliveira, submission round 1. Gamrot's gonna shoot it on a takedown and get guillotined. Pretty fucking simple. Like, what else do you expect? It's Charles Oliveira. He's washed, but he's not that washed yet where he's losing to cans. So, he's winning this fight. Easy submission in the first. Gamrot's a joke. And, the champion has a name, and we all know it's Ilia Topuria. But for a while, its name was Charles "The Bronx" Oliveira, and he's going to send Brazil home happy, getting back on track, getting a quick warm-up before he fights Max for the BMF next year. Charles Oliveira to end UFC Rio by submission in the first. Guillotine. There you go. Pretty simple. Charles "The Bronx" Oliveira is back. You know, he never left. He just lost to Ilia Topuria. But yeah, he's not losing to cans. He's ending the night on a high in Brazil, just like Pereira. Another Brazilian great's gonna end on a high a week later. Charles submission in the first to end the card. Now, that being said, we finally end this breakdown with a boom. That was the card, and the boom is so I know where to timestamp the outro. That was the card. There were my picks one more time. Duran Roseda by decision. Julia Pilarstri by TKO in the third. Lucas Rocha by decision. Beatriz Mascurieta by submission in the first. Vitor Petrino by decision. Clay Incarmter by decision. Michael Aswell by knockout in the second. Ricardo Ramos by decision. Mario Pinto pure guess by knockout in the first. Joe Alvarez, my lock of the night by knockout in the first. Montel Jackson by decision. And Charles do Bronx Oliveira by submission in the first. Bang. I can't even say the usual. I know a lot of decision. That's actually a good amount of finishes. And even I feel like this could be if Montel could get a finish, Ramos could get a finish, Petrino. So, but still has a good amount of finishes. And yeah, I'm confident in those picks. I'm confident in this card being decent. I'm excited for this. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun night, man. Like, again, Charles Oliveira ending the night on a high, Montel and Joel Alvarez having great performances. I can't wait. This is gonna be a fun card. And it still sucks we lost Walter Walker fight, but what can you do? I'm excited. Still a good fight. Still a good fight night. Maybe Walter will even find a new fight, who knows. And yeah, this was fun. This was a fun breakdown. This is going to be a fun card, I believe. I'm excited. Hope you are as well. Another set of good fights on a Saturday. Again, not going to be as good as 320, but that's a high echelon bar. I don't think a fight night could even attempt to beat. But, or fuck, even Contender Series with that fight we saw on Tuesday, Jesus Christ. But I think this card can be fun. I think, especially with the last 3 fights, it's going to end on a high note. And it's going to be a fun card, so I'm excited. It's Brazil, so, you know, if they don't get their way, they're just going to throw temper tantrums or leave. Fucking crybabies. But they're going to at least end on a high note of Charles winning, so yeah, don't make a son Colby over there again. But no, I'm excited for this card. It's going to be fun, I think, and let's see what happens. Those are my picks. I got faith in them. We'll see what happens at the weigh-ins. I think in a couple hours from when I'm filming this. So I think we'll see. Hopefully everything knocks on some wood. Everything stays together, and we get a great card on Saturday. So a week after one of the greatest Brazilians of all time wins his bout back, we head to Brazil and we get another one of the greatest Brazilians of all time getting back on track. What a great week for Brazilians. I cannot wait. And, yeah. And we got Canadians next week. That's even crazier, so. But I'm rambling now. I'm ready to end this video, so let's do it. Those are my picks. I can't wait for this card. And, it's gonna be fun. So, with that being said, I say to you, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe. 200 subs is the goal by the end of 2025. And as always, unless I'm going to say something which I don't believe I am, the recap for this card will be on Sunday. Streams, you already know, every night, outside of Monday, shorts when I do them. And I think that's the long and short of that. So let's end this pretty quicker breakdown than usual by saying, as always, RX out. Good vibes. Only